So hey guys, last video we did a 2D moving figure using Flame. So this will be a second part of the same series, Flame series. So I understand we did this functionalities on load two times, render and update. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the moving box change its color when tapped, which could be also the feature of the game, right? So first things first, which I already discussed in my last video. If you didn't watch the last video, go and watch the last video. So this will extend a flame game. So I told you why it will extend a flame game, and this every function would have an override. Remember the override thing, otherwise it won't work. Uh, Now the first thing is onload, which we saw in the notepad and the last time we did. So this will be a future function. This is an asynchronous function, and inside we need to add a component. So now I'm going to create a component called box, and I'm going to extend that with positional component as I mentioned last time, and this is how we create a positional component. So now we add it as we did it in the last time. So here there will be a change because now we are creating uh, a box. When tapped, it is going to be changing its color. So it should we should tap the box, and to detect in the flame, to detect the tap, we use something called tap detector. So this is literally simple, but let me just complicate a little bit. Add just create a late variable called as box. Okay, now uh, leave that for now. So now initialize this box with the box. So I'll tell you why we use this, and we could have used the directly, we could have used the direct method, but I'll tell you why we have used this. For now, just bear with me. So it can be done this way or the last way, but we're doing this for a reason. So when we use the tap detector, we need to use another function called tap down, on tap down. So on tap down has something called tap down info. So tap down info, we have to just think you didn't import this, and we have tap down info. So it still works because it's going to be called it again, so that's fine. So here we will be passing info. Oh, okay, it didn't call. So now you just go to the quick fix and import it, or it's better if you directly import it. So it calls the info, and this is similar to the init function we use in the Flutter. So basically what we'll do now is init, and we create super init, right? So we'll create a super on tap down info. The info will be passed automatically, and we'll leave it till here for now. We'll come back to this, and if I open the notepad, I had render and update and download again. So in render we use two things. One is the canvas and the paint, right? So instead of, see, if we use every time we have to create a function, we use override, don't forget that. So we can use the paint function in the render, and you know what to pass here because the last time we have done the same thing. We have done the render. So we can create a canvas and a paint, but if we want to access it elsewhere, we can't. So we gonna be creating a paint here so that we can access it. We'll give the same as the last time, blue gray. So this will be the color. we can make this private function. So sorry, private variable. Now go to the render and do what uh, we did the last time. Go and create a rectangle where we use draw rect, and in the size of rect we use size to rectangle. So instead of faint we call this. So it's quite simple. We are not going to use the update function because update function is only used to make adding movements in a frame rate, and we don't want any movements right now. So what I'll do is I'll directly call the next thing, that is onload. So every time override function is there, we create onload function. So what are we going to do in onload? See, whatever we have done last time, it's the same. We create a size because we need a size of a rectangle, right? So it's 50, let's say it's a square, and we can make this 150 because the more big the more better. And the position from where it should start. So here we give plus or is equal to, which I'll be clearing in the next video why we use that. It's gonna be a little bit confusing, and you don't have to actually know the such minor details, but since I'm known for giving you the minor details in everything, I'll give you that. So here let's say 100, 200, and do that. So now we need one thing. So the box is created and it will be there. It will be there. And so what we're going to do now is we need to, once tapped, it is going to change. The color has to change. Now there is a box. There is a box. I'm pressing on it. It's not changing. Okay. There is a box. I'm pressing on it. It's not changing. Once I click on it, the color must change. So just create another function known as color change and pass the paint. This is going to be paint dot color in colors dot probably red. So red will do, right? So now you need to call this because it must work. This function must work. We need to call this in on tap down, because what tap down info does is it stores the information of the taps done by the user. So now to recognize that, it's very important that now you asked me why we use the box. Here where box comes in. So we call this box and we call what color change, right? Yeah, color change. So now I'm going to be restarting it and you'll see the results for yourself.